So, it's January 1916. The British and French attacking in the west. Here are 4 planned attacks from the British player and another 2 attacks from the French. Not the most from the French, but yeah, there was always good defensive position from the Germans there. And I think here on this flank there are better opportunities. And so we start here with this battle. It's only a 2-to-1. The Britain miscalculated a little bit because there is a 4-step unit, 4-factor unit beneath them. Yeah, and they have to flip the headquarter. Then it's a 3-to-1. But the Germans do the same. It's a 2-to-1. And yeah, then I think it's time to use the British hurricane bombardment, and also perhaps some of the fighter shits. They had 4 fighters, davon one ace ball and 3 normal fighter, and the German has 4 fighter, 3 fighter, and these new air tactics. And I think the Britain will use 2 units here, 2 fighter assets. Yeah, and the Germans there's also 2. And the new air tactics, of course, and 1 normal fighter. So that's ball and 1 and 1. So the new air tactics is on the it's out of the game. These 2 units came to the next reinforcement phase, and ball has to roll and not a 6. Else he die. No, he doesn't die. So ball is come back later. So, and then it's 2-to-1 attack and -1 for the trench. But Britain have the assets, so they can advance. Yeah, 2-to-1 is 6, is a 5. 2-to-1 and 5 is 1 and 2. And this is enough to clear the space. Yeah. And with the hurricane bombardment event, the Britain can advance. And of course they will advance. With 3 units. And the Germans had the first casualties in 1916. So then here is an auto victory. It's a 9-to-1. So it's a 7-to-1 with the 2 trench factors, and 7-to-1 is 5-to-1 plus 2. It's auto victory, but they didn't use any assets, and so they cannot advance. And then there came the 4-to-1 attack. There's no German headquarter in reach, so they used the 3rd Army headquarter. And then it's a 5-to-1 minus 2. 5-to-1 minus 2. It's a 1, and this is 1 and 2. And it's not enough. No. It's not enough. Perhaps it will be better to use some Air Force, but the Germans have also Air Force. So, yes. And here is a 5-to-1, and the Britain can also use a headquarter to make it a 6-to-1, so it's a 5-to-1 minus 1. And the Britain uses no aircraft, so the German can use the aircraft. They will use it. It's a 5-to-1 minus 2. They hope that they roll 1 over 3, 1, 2, or 3. Yeah, but with a 6 it doesn't matter. So the Germans are whipped out of the hex. And Britain can advance. Yes. Yeah, so it goes. So, and now the French, they had a 4-1 using the headquarter. Britain, the German was the same. Yeah, it stays a 4-1. So now the French has 2 Air Force, the German only 1. Yeah, they can decide this battle or the next battle. I think this battle isn't worse because it's okay. 4-1. Terrain isn't so relevant. 4-1, 5. It's the 3, 0 and no 1 and 2. 1 and 2. No advance. And this is a 6-1. Yeah, at the headquarter. At the German headquarter. So it stays a 6-1. 5-1 minus 1. 1 and 2. Yeah, this was because the German hadn't so much reinforcements to put good units in this spot. Yeah, and no advance. Okay, so this is the Western Front in France, and as we see, yeah, a lot of casualties. 10, 12 against 2 only. This is heavy. And yeah, we go to the Italian front. The Italians closing the line against this threat, and also on the Eastern front and the Isonzo River front, it's also closed. And here they can also, with a lot of reinforcements they get, or things, yeah, the replacements, they can surround this spot. Yeah, they can make a 6-1 attack, but yeah, they don't have to do it because this unit will die out of supply. And they cannot go into this hex, of course, but yeah, the other way they can rail it away. But then no, it's so much movement allowance here at this theater, so it doesn't matter. So this is a Italian victory. On the Eastern Front, the Germans do nearly nothing because yeah, they don't want to thin the line much further. They closed the gap here near Krakow, saved Breslau and Posen. But yeah, they are very thin here. Danzig is open. But too few reinforcements. They have to hope that the Austrians make the Italian course very fast, and also the Montenegrin course, because that also frees one army with 6 units and 2 stacks, 2 hexes they can cover. But in the next round, Scutari will fall, and yeah, the Bulgarians closing the line. So here nothing special happened. And going to the Near East, first Egypt, the Allies on the run, but nothing happens. The Turkish are too strong. On the other side, it's the same. The Russians too strong. There's no really good attack position. And also in the Iraqi front, the Turkish pull back to Kut and try to hold Kut with a lot of troops. I think that is a good, is a possible defense position where they can hold a little bit. The Russians can think about transferring troops to southern Persia, because these maps here's Persia, and in the southern here is some spaces missing, but this is the south of this map, and so they can transfer units to Hamadan, and this is then a Russian supply source. Perhaps they will do it to make a more threat here against Baghdad, but I'm not sure. They had a lot here of replacements and reinforcements. I think stacking limit. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, stacking limit is it's too much. I have to pull 1 unit out. Yeah, perhaps they, yeah, but they have to decide which unit, because if they put it here, it's not allowed. Available units, yeah. Because they can, I think, 3 units to the southern part, but not more, and only this, and they have to decide which one. Yeah, but I yeah, we'll look at it in the next video. So this is it now, the non-initiative player phase.